Good morning, my brothers and sisters in arms. Welcome back to Vets Helping Vets. So it's Belle here. And so again, I have no affiliation whatsoever with the VA, and I'm not sponsored by anyone. I have no idea what the VA does with the disability and whatnot, so I really don't know why you're paying attention to me anyways. I just know how to read. So with that being said, let's go right in. We're going to go ahead and talk about eligibility. So who's eligible to receive VA compensation? So you go to www.va.gov, go to the disability section, and on the bottom link for that, go to eligibility, disability benefits, under disability benefits eligibility. So eligibility for VA disability benefits. Find out if you can get disability compensation for illness or injury that was caused by or got worse because of your active military service. Compensation may include financial support and other benefits like healthcare. So the website says, can I get disability compensation from the VA? So you may be able to get disability compensation if you have a current illness or injury known as a condition that affects your body or mind, and you meet at least one of the requirements listed below. So we're going to go through the requirements in a second. So both of these must be true to you. You have served on active duty for training, or inactive duty, and have a disability rating for your service-connected condition. So before the criteria was you have to have served 90 consecutive days prior to 1980. And after that, you had to serve 180 consecutive days. They changed it, and then they changed it to after 1980, you had to serve 24 months. So this is the criteria straight from the VA website. You have to serve on active duty for training, or inactive duty training, and have a disability rating for your service-connected condition. So, and at least one of these must be true to you. Got sick or injured while serving in the military, and can link this condition to your illness or injury, called an in-service disability claim. Had an illness or injury before you joined the military, and serving made it worse, called a pre-service disability claim. Had an illness or injury before you joined the military, I just read that. Had a disability related to your active duty service that didn't appear until after you ended your service, called a post-service disability claim. Presumed disability. So if you have a disability that's been diagnosed by a doctor and that we consider to be related to your military service because of a specific aspect of that service, you may be able to get disability benefits based on this presumed disability. This is usually applies to a chronic, long-lasting illness that appears within 1 year of discharge. So we're going to click that link real quick. And it gives you it gives you a couple of lists, and then you have some exceptions, like MS is an exception to the 1 year. Hansen's disease, tuberculosis, and amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, ALS, is the exception to the 1 year. An illness caused by contact with contaminants, toxic chemicals, or other hazardous materials, or an illness caused by your time spent as a POW. Who's covered? So veterans are covered, and qualified dependents are covered. What should I do if I receive an other than honorable bad conduct or dishonorable discharge? If you receive one of these discharge statuses, you may not be eligible for VA benefits. There are two ways you can try to qualify. Find out how to apply for a discharge upgrade, and learn about the VA character of discharge review process. How do I file my claim? You can file a claim online. So there has a little link right below that says find your disability claim form. What conditions are covered by these benefits? You may be able to get benefits for conditions conditions such as chronic long-lasting back pain resulting in a current diagnosis back disability, breathing problems resulting from a current lung condition or lung disease. So if you guys are still active duty, and you have issues like snoring and you can't sleep very well and stuff, please, 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 please go do a sleep studies for sleep apnea. Severe hearing loss, scar tissue, loss of range of motion, problems moving your body. So that's how they pay. They pay for range of motion. So if you try to go ahead and be hua hua, and even though it hurts your back, you go ahead and touch your toes, guess what? That's full range of motion. And then, I know, then for the next 2 weeks, you're going to be in pain because you were hua hua, try to go ahead and be like, yes, I can do this. They pay for full range of motion. So don't try to be hua hua. If it hurts, stop. Let them know, hey, it hurts. Ulcers, cancers used by contact with toxic chemicals or other dangers. You may also be eligible to get benefits for TBI, traumatic brain injury, which is what I have, but my PTSD and my TBI got combined because they couldn't figure out which one was which. Depression, anxiety, and they have a link for more information about conditions that may be covered. You can get more information, watch our Compensation 101 videos to learn more about how VA disability compensation works, and they have the Compensation 101 What is Disability Compensation video link, and Compensation 101 What is Service Connection link. And how VA assigns disability ratings. Don't worry about that. You could, if you want to, yes, go ahead, go for it, hit that link, but don't worry about the actual ratings. Worry about your ailments. That's what gets most of us. We don't know what we can claim. So we're gonna promise you we will get to that. Not in this video, but we will get to that. It's too many things that we can claim. We can't get everything in one video. Disability that appear within 1 year after discharge. So if you have signs of an illness that started within a year after you were discharged from active duty, find out if you can get disability benefits. Basically, if you were, anything that is within 365 days after you get discharged is still considered service connected. Vocational rehabilitation and employment. I obviously will make a video about that. I had a buddy of mine that's like, please make a video about that. I'm actually doing it right now. So VRNE and eligibility, if your service-connected disability limits your ability to work or prevents you from working, find out if you are, if you can get VRNE benefits and services like help exploring employment options and getting more training if required. So let's say that you want to be, your dream job is to be a lawyer. So you go over and find a job listing for a lawyer in a law firm, and you go over to vocational rehab and says, hey, this is the job that I want. I understand that even though this is a federal thing, each of the offices work differently. So the office here where I'm at, you have to bring the job listing. So you bring them the job listing, hey, this is the job that I want. And they're gonna be like, you're a lawyer? No, I am not. So then they're gonna tell you, go get yourself a school, and then bring all the paperwork and stuff, and we go from there. So basically what it is they pay for your schooling. So as long as you have 1 month of the GI Bill, they will honor the GI Bill. So for instance, I have 1 month of my GI Bill because I gave my GI Bill to my children. So I have 1 month of GI Bill. So basically they're honoring it. So basically I don't pay for my school, and I get the BAH as if I had the GI Bill because I have 1 month of GI Bill for the area that I'm at. So I go to school in one place and I live in another place. So where I go to school is like $400 less BAH for where I live. So I get the brick and mortar BAH where my school is, now where I live. So I get $400 less. So SSMBRNE through the Integrated Disability Evaluation System, the IDES. If you have been referred to IDES to determine if you're medically unfit for duty due to a service-connected disability, find out how to access BRNE services as quickly as possible. So that's what I did. I did the IDAS process, which is the MEB board. So they gave us a briefing, and I went ahead, went to e-benefits, went to vocational rehab, applied for it, and they actually have a person that goes through. So it's gonna take, it took like about a month or so for me to actually get my appointment. And I actually had to go like 2-3 weeks later. I went to the VA offices on post. I'm like, hey, you know, what's the status? They're like, oh, in 2 days you're gonna get a phone call and stuff. So I went in, talked to my counselor, and brought her the paperwork. She's like, hey, you know, you need a job listing. Brought her the paperwork, and we went there from that point on. So the E, obviously employment. So what happens is after you get trained, they try to get you a job. Now, is the job gonna be the job that from the job listing that you brought them in? Probably not, because by the time you're trained, that job might be already taken. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna try to place you at the nearest close to that particular job, as far as like closest to what that job was. For me, is not nonprofit, so they're gonna try to place me in a similar job that I wanted for that nonprofit, and also they will try to place me within the area that I currently live. Keep in mind that might not be the case. They might be able to find you a job somewhere else, so you will have to relocate. And having said that about relocation, make sure that if you retire at your 1 year mark, you need to go to your transportation office and request for an extension for your relocation. So you are able to go ahead and do that 4 times, I think, 5 years. So 4 times, I think. So my year mark is coming up in 2019, August 2019. So I will go over there and, hey, you know, can I get an extension for my relocation? So by the time I finish school, which is next spring, if I stay with my current major, if I switch to sociology, then it's gonna be this fall in 2019. Yes. So, so if they give me, you know, somewhere else other than, you know, in the area that I live, then I could utilize the Army to go ahead and give me the relocation if the new job doesn't give me a relocation. And so that's it for today, and I promise you we'll get in depth as far as, because we're going to break down each of the ailments. Until next time.